how you're going with the dating, with all of the amazing things. Let me know all of the updates before I dive in. How many channels I got? All right, I'm gonna break it down. Hold on, let me go. I'm about to hit live on Instagram. Okay, we are good to go. All right. So, Shanika, I go live on now. I'm doing live on YouTube. We got Facebook going. We got my Facebook personal page, and we also have the business page, the FBs, and then we also have Instagram over here. So we are doing it. I'm using StreamYard right now. I'm testing it out. And when I tested it out earlier, it was not working. It was not working. But you go live all the time, you could do it. You just need your laptop when you're doing it from your phone too. You said busy lady. I love it. Yes, 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 yes. So we are gonna go talk about the 5 ways to quantum jump, which you are gonna love because I will use some of yours as an example. But how are you feeling as far as relationship, as far as shifting to the new position, the new job, the new desk, right? How, let me know your updates and how you're feeling because I would love to know that. And let's see. Yes, maybe I will try, but things have been going fairly well. Don't be mad. I haven't had a lot of time. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Lock in the way you would like. Look, if you are feeling good, that's locking in. Okay. All right. If you're feeling good, that's locking in. However, these steps that I'm going to give to you, which you already know the first one, but the steps that I'm going to give to you are going to help you live life while you are doing all the things. Okay. Because we know marriage, children, death. What does that look like? Let me give you this word. Shanika, I believe that you are already being the person who has that advanced position. You go live, you've got hundreds of people on that. I see you every morning. You do that without fail. And by you doing this without fail, you are showing yourself. Hello, everybody that's joining on Instagram. We are showing today, we're talking about 5 steps to quantum jump. Now, so Shanika, you are already being that. And so all I need you to do is every morning when your feet hit the ground is that I have the most amazing desk. Like I want you to walk into that place. And when you turn on the live like you are on, I don't know, CNN or something like that. Like you've replaced Anderson Cooper, right? You know what I mean? It's just about that energy. That's enough for you to be locked in. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Because I don't want you to feel like, oh, I have to do all of these things. Yes, we have the 45-day protocol, and the 45-day protocol, it makes a difference. It really does. Some of the things I'm actually recording for you guys a step by step so that you can pick the things that you want to do that feel really good for you and your body. And so I'm doing that video so that I can put that into the alignment universe. And so when I get that into the alignment universe, at least you're set up, so that you can say, okay, I want to do this. I want to do this. Hello, Coach Love. And thank you for letting me know that the sound wasn't working. I really appreciate that. And so what I want you to do, Shanika, I want you to, like, when you do have time, to jump in. When I get that 45-day protocol, I'm going to email everybody out just to let them know that what's there. I want you to pick and choose the small things that you want to do in order to manifest that national desk, in order to create the relationship, that loving relationship with those beautiful babies. Like I want you to pick those things, and then I want you to say, these are the things that I can commit to doing for the next 45 days. Why 45 days? Because it takes about 45 days to anchor in that new, like most aligned, updated, higher timeline, that higher identity. And so that's why I stretched it out from 30 days to 45 days so that you could do that. Hello, everybody that is joining. We are talking about Quantum Leaping. Hello, Marlene. Hello, Dare to Bloom Coaching. Hello, everyone that's joining from Instagram, from all the other places, If you have questions as I'm teaching, put them in the comments. We're going to go fast and furious, and I want to give examples. So I have a couple of examples that I'm thinking of, especially with Shanika on, that I know I could use that's going to make this feel real. All right. Thank you for the likes. Yes, guys, if you can like, share, and do all the things with this. I usually come on and I'm on for like hours, but this one, it's probably going to be about 30 minutes just because we have a little bit of a shorter time and I have to do things. It's Saturday. We got to have, go have fun, right? We got to do Saturday things. So, all right, let's start with number one. The number one way to shift your timeline, right? The first thing to do to shift your timeline is, one, I need you to get clear. Right? Are you clear on what you desire? Because when you know that what you desire is manifesting you, for example, for Shanika, your partner, the kids, the desk is all manifesting you. You wouldn't have that desire if it wasn't something that a version of you already has. And so the other side of that manifestation is manifesting you, but you got to get clear with what you want it to look like. The reason why you're going to get clear is because in order to do these steps, you have to kind of know what it's going to feel like and look like. All right. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Hello, Sonia. If you are picking up what I'm putting down, put yes in the comments, because then your yeses are like, I get it. I'm feeling it in my bones. All right. So the clearer you are, I know what yes. Kimberly says yes. It's clear. Shanika says yes. Okay. So now that you're clear, we did it before, but I want you to do it again. I want you to decide that it's already yours. When you decide, that's the act of manifestation. Your decision aligns you with that regardless. So when I decide, it is so it is. And so you get to say, I decide I have the national desk. I decide that I have the, I think it was $300,000 a year. I decide that I have the sexy, strong, tall, gorgeous partner, and I decide that I have those healthy kids. Hello, Josito. Yes, I decide that it's already mine. My 3D has been purging. It's been trying to fight my new reality, but I will not waver. Yes, Josito, just look at it and say, oh, that's interesting. Yes, that means I'm leaving. We're going to talk about purging. You came on the right live, Josito, because we are going to talk about the purge, okay? Because that's a big piece of quantum jumping. Y'all ready? Okay. So you decided. I see all the decided. I decided that it's already mine. I decided it's already done. So I want you to, number two, to write it down. And some of you have already done it. You did it in the comments. So I decide that is mine. Let me tell you a little bit of why you need to write it down. All right. Y'all want to hear why? Let me know if you want to hear why, because why is so important. Let's see. How do we live in the moment? With ignoring the 3D. How many of y'all want to know that before let me tell you why you write it down, and then I'm going to answer Shanika's question because it is so good. Shanika, if you would put some things that are happening in the 3D that you are fighting with, and then I'm going to give you examples on what to do when the 3D is like not matching what you have decided is yours. And if you're just joining, just drop in the comments what you're manifesting, what you've decided is yours. Okay. So number one, you decide. Number two, number two is you need to write it down. And the reason why I have you write it down, okay, is because you're taking it from the unseen world and you're making it physical. It's the first act of making it physical in the 3D. And I want you to write it down. How many of you know how to write cursive? There's a reason why I want you to write it down in cursive. I know it's going to sound crazy. It's going to sound like cursive, what she's talking about. I'm going to tell you why. But I want you to write it down because it's the act of taking it out of the non-physical, making it physical. Okay? Okay? So write it down. Now, I say you guys typed it in the comments. That's great. But I actually want you to physically write it. Like, have a journal. I want you to write in cursive. And the reason why I want you to write it in cursive, you're going to say, I am so happy and grateful. Yes, Shanika's like, I write in cursive. I'm telling you, 40 and over, we all know how to write in cursive, but some of my young babies don't know. And we, Just try. We're going to try it. All right. So the reason why I want you to write it down in cursive, right, is because when you type, you're only really using like one neural pathway. Like you're only creating like one neural pathway. It's not really like anchoring in. Like it's not like getting your brain ready to go. When you write it physically, just but print it down, guess what that does? It's about 20 or 30 different like neural pathways that open up. It starts to like activate the brain. You've got all this like electricity working and all the things. When you write in cursive, it's over 100 neural pathways that connect. So if you're like, I'm so happy and grateful, and you're writing it in cursive, I'm so happy and grateful that I have my $300,000 top desk, and I have my gorgeous partner and beautiful, sexy, not sexy babies, no, beautiful, healthy babies. Lord, I'm so happy that I have my sexy partner and my beautiful, healthy babies. When you write that in cursive, it really does anchor into your timeline. Let me know if y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Okay. And so that's why I want you to write in cursive. I think that the reason why they had most of the public like stop writing in cursive is because it does so much to really like activate your brain and activate your neural pathways. And they want us more sleepwalking throughout our lives. So number one, you decide. Number two, you're going to write, I am so happy and grateful that, and you're going to write that you already have whatever it is that you have. Okay. So that's number two. Y'all got it? You picking up what I'm putting down? These are the 5 steps to shift your timeline, to quantum leap your timeline. Okay. Now, before I get to the third one, which has to do with what Josito was talking about, which is the 3D, and there's a whole bunch of things that are like leaving his 3D, I want to answer Shanika's question. So let me go back. All right, let's see. Shanika said, how do we live in the moment while ignoring the 3D? And Josita says, I typically ignore it because the 3D is a dead world of old assumptions. 100%, the 3D world is catching up. So for example, if I was manifesting a top desk, right, a news desk, and I was like manifesting this more advanced news desk in addition to having a relationship. But every single day I wake up in the 3D world and I'm single or whatever, and I have to go in at that same position. How many of you are picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. We're talking about the 5 steps to shift your timeline to quantum jump. Okay. If I saw that every day, one of the biggest things is that I make everything work for me. Okay. So picking it up. Okay. So if I make everything work for me, all right, remember to grab your heart me's, guys. If you haven't gotten your heart me's, get your heart me's. But if I'm going every day to a position, right, that I know is going to lead to my next position, then guess what? I'm excited every day. I'm excited because I am assuming that every day is one day closer to my last day there. Let me give you an example of how I did this when I was in my corporate position, because I knew that I was creating this business and I knew that eventually I would be leaving. And so when I was working in my corporate job, right, I worked in my corporate world for 20 plus years. I'll be 50 in 21 days, y'all. And so I had to shift my viewpoint. Instead of saying I am manifesting getting out of here, I had to decide I'm already out. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So I'm already leaving. And so what I did, because I knew that I was already leaving, I treasured every single day that I went in there, because that every day was closer to my last. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? And so I would get dressed. I started to take one person out to lunch each day to be like, I enjoyed working with you. It was so fun. It was so nice. Like, this was such an amazing time, blah, 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 blah. People were like, what, you leaving? I said, probably very soon, or yeah, very soon. And because I had decided that I was gone. And so I treated every single 3D day that looked like it was the same as if it was the last day at that place. That's the way energetically I started to go into that place. And I appreciated every single day. I was like, wow, I'm appreciating everything that I'm learning here. Wow, this is really like just, I'm really going to be able to use this in my next position. Like I really started to use every single day that looked like it was the same that way. Now, what about every day that I'm single, right? And I'm manifesting or in the process, it's 11:11, in the process of manifesting a relationship, right? If I was in the process to being manifested by the man of my dreams, I'm going to treat every day that I have as a single woman like it is a day of the lottery. If you will ask any of your married friends or your friends with kids, they're like, oh my goodness, you can wake up whenever you want to. Oh my goodness, you can do. I treat it like so, I'm so excited for what gets to come, but I'm also appreciating every moment that I have as what the version that I am. And so one of the biggest things is appreciating where you are, okay? Appreciating where you are while celebrating what is unfolding in your life. And so if the 3D keeps saying, oh, you're single, you could be like, I should do not for long, right? You can say not for long, right? You could say every day I'm walking as a single gorgeous woman enjoying my life, not even thinking about that other person, because I know that they are manifesting me. And all I need to do is live my life and walk out and enjoy every single day of my life. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay. So you decided, you wrote it down. I'm so happy and grateful that I have the most amazing relationship with XYZ, or I'm so grateful that I have this desk and making $300,000 and I have a beautiful, healthy partner and healthy children. You wrote that down. It's done. It's already done. And so there's certain things that you get to do every single day to align with that being the case. All right. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. All right. So you decided, you wrote it down, you took it out of the you made it physical by writing it down in cursive if you can. All right. Number 3, this is the thing, Josito. This is where, you remember how you said you feel like everything is like 3D is like, that's because you are releasing the old you. And so when you want to quantum jump, you want to shift, you want to leap, you want to manifest the thing super fast, right? You've got to decide that I am willing to let go of all the things that no longer match that. Everything that no longer matches that, you've got to be willing to let it go. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. We're talking about the 5 steps for you to timeline shift, to quantum leap. You decide, you're going to write it down. I'm so happy and grateful that I am in this relationship with X. I'm so happy and grateful that I have the $300,000 career. I'm so happy and grateful that I have this, right? It's done. But you've got to let go of all the pieces of you, all the versions of you that align with the old. Let's see. Josito says, and I did let it go. And I said, I don't align with this. I know who I am and I will not shift from this. Hello. I am Nabayo. Let me know how to say your name right. But hello from Instagram. Let's see. That's exactly what you need to do. You get to say that this is just the way it is. I am deciding that I am not shifting away from this. Okay. And so I like to have a little bit of a funeral for the old identity. Okay. Those of you who already joined the alignment assessment, who took the alignment assessment, you know the pieces of your identity. Right. And so there's thoughts, there's beliefs, there's feelings, there's emotions, there's intentions, there's decisions, there's actions, right? Yes, RIP. And so what you get to do is say, what's the way that the old me acts? What's the way that the old me moves? What's the way that the old me does this? And decide that that's no longer you. That is no longer how you roll. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? That is no longer how you roll. And so what you get to say is that I am rest in peace, like Shanika said, the version of me that does what? that feels like there's no other way, right? Let's see. Yes, ma'am, I got it all the way. Yes, right? And so I am letting go of the version of me that thinks what? Men are hard to come by. It's women are, difficult to date. My SP doesn't love me, or jobs, it's so hard. There's only a few jobs that have this national desk, and there's only a few jobs that pays 300,000, and I'm blah blah blah. Right? Those are old thoughts, because the you that has the job is on to the next. I don't know if you guys saw my last live when I was saying the biggest thing about quantum leaping is that you're not manifesting the thing you desire. You are the person that already has it, and you're manifesting the next thing. And so if I were to think like Shanika, and I was like, what am I doing? Okay, if I was already at that job, like if I was already on that desk, what would that version of me want to manifest? What's the next thing? Right? If I already had the husband, what would be the next thing? It'd be the children, right? Or if I already had the husband and the kids, what would be the next thing? It'd probably be something, a vacation with your family, right? They're just so, you'd be on to the next. If I was already dating like Josito, my SP, what would be the next thing that we would be manifesting together? Oh, we would be manifesting maybe a vacation, some time, maybe it's the wedding. I don't know. What would be the next thing? Because if you take out of your mind the thing that you're manifesting now and decide that you are focused on the next thing, you will start to see that it's already done. The other thing is already done. I've moved on to the next. But that's why you have to have a funeral for the old version. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Let's see. Josito says, I've been moving differently, more confidently, no more worrying, just knowing it is done. First of all, I got to break this down a little bit for you guys. Josito came into my live like 2 to 3 weeks ago, and it wasn't that way. This is how fast you can shift. Right? Josito was worried about the person and who do I need to be and what do I need to do? Wasn't feeling confident, was feeling worried, was concerned about like what's going to happen. What do I need to do? Focused on that other person so much. And then once Josito decided I am the most desired king, I am the version of me that SP, everybody wants me, and started to work in that and started to be more confident and started to decide that there was no more chasing. That shifted the whole frequency around Josito. And it doesn't take forever. It takes a decision, which Josito made the decisions a couple of weeks ago. And then it takes every single day deciding that it's already shifted. It's already shifted. It's already shifted. Delulu is the Salulu. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know if you're picking it up. Like, yes, I've been seeing more people hitting on me, more general attraction to me energetically. Yes, because you're not sending all your energy out to one thing and one person and you're like, I'm deciding. Let's see. Shanika says, yes. Let's see. Josita says, I've been seeing better and more opportunities show up and more people appreciating me. Of course. Why? Because you decided to appreciate yourself. You decided to appreciate yourself. Oh my goodness. Okay. So your funeral, right? You can decide how it goes. I know we all culturally have different ways we do funerals, but I want you take these today. Like I'm giving you these steps so you can do them today. So you decided, you wrote it down, and now it's time to release that old version of you. Because oftentimes, guys, I just want to be real. When we decide that we are letting go of the old version of us, and then we decide to have the funeral, there is some grief. Because there are some ways that we used to do things that we got used to. There are some situations, some circumstances, some habits that we have that we get used to. And sometimes we don't want to let those go. And so what's important for you is that you let go of those old habits. You let go of those old ways of being. Let me know if you're picking it up. Okay. And so what I want you to do is really seriously, like give yourself like an hour. It could be 30 minutes just to really say, I am letting go and laying to rest the old version of me that used to think and put these old thoughts down. The old version of me that used to believe that it was difficult, or I'm at this age, how am I going to find the person, or I have to change who I am, all those things. The person that used to not take these actions, right? Y'all, thank you for the hearts. I really appreciate it. Yes. So you're letting it go. Let's see. Hello, Emerald. So you're letting those versions of you go. All right. And you're going to have a funeral for it. You're going to send it off with peace and love, because once you do, now we can do what's important. I am going to talk about your supercomputer. Y'all ready? The supercomputer. You have a supercomputer. You were born with a supercomputer. You were born with this power that can just connect to that version of you that has it and bring it into the 3D world. Do you want to know what that is? Let's see. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Emerald. Okay. So what that looks like, your supercomputer is your subconscious. Your supercomputer is your imagination. When you tap into your imagination, you are connecting to the world, the version, the timeline, the quantum soup of you that has the thing. Or you could be, how many of you have used your imagination to think of the worst case scenarios? I mean, we've all done it. That's what we are kind of taught to do. How many of you have used your imagination to think of the worst case scenarios? I know I have. And so I don't want you to do that anymore, because that is your supercomputer. When you are thinking of the worst case scenarios, you are actually attracting that into your timeline. You are attracting to the version of you that has experienced that worst case scenario. We don't want you to focus on the worst case scenario. There's some times that I use the worst case scenario just to allow you to release it, and then so that you can move your attention back to where you need to be. But we're not going to talk about that today. We'll talk about that in the alignment lab. But for today, I don't want you to use your imagination to do the worst case scenario, creating that. I want you to sit in your imagination, and I want you to feel this scenario. I'm going to give you an exercise. 1 minute, 60 seconds. Write down a scenario. It can be, but it needs to have feelings. It needs to have some kind of senses, and it needs to be you months after having the thing you desire. Okay. So for example, for Shanika, that would be a scenario of her going to, like, walking up to the desk. So maybe getting ready for the news desk, right? Getting ready for this amazing position. Maybe it's in a new city. Maybe you're open to a new city. So maybe you have an ideal city. And so it's going to be her getting dressed. I'm going to make it up. So New York City, she's getting dressed and she's getting, like, putting on her cute little outfit. She goes and she's kissing on her beautiful partner. And then she's, like, picking up the little bambino, giving it a hug, and then talking to the nanny to be like, okay, I will be back in XYZ. Oh yes, somewhere warm. Okay, I'll give you somewhere. Look, come on down to you're down in St. Pete. You're down. Let me see. No, Miami. Oh, doesn't Miami have a big news area? I think. Okay. So somewhere in Florida or California, we could do LA. Okay, Miami. All right, so we're gonna do Miami, the cool Miami. She's, like, putting on her cute little clothes. She's got, like, all of these ready. She's kissing the partner, right? Do you see how quickly this can happen? So she's kissing the partner. You're feeling really warm. You give your baby a cute little kiss. You talk to the nanny and you say, I'll be finished at about 12 o'clock, I'll be ready, bring the baby. And then your husband's like, yes. And then we'll have, like, lunch. And you're like, okay, cool. And then you take a hot cup of coffee. Do you see, like, I'm bringing in a sensation? So hot cup of coffee. And you're, like, going to walk over to the black car that they send because you are the top anchor on the station. So you would repeat this over and over again, because it's not you just getting the job. It's not you just finding the partner. It's not you just having the baby. This is your normal life. So when you start to do that over and over again, and I say do it at least a minute long, and then do it like 3 or 4 or 5 times in a row. Let's say if you do it a minute long, do it 4 times in a row, because that's about 4 minutes of that energy. And so you're really anchoring this energy of it's already done. You do that 4 times a day. Let's say it's only 4 minutes. You could do it in the morning when you wake up. You could do it right before lunchtime. You could do it after you get off, like let's say 3 p.m., and then you can do it right before you go to bed. You do this throughout your day, you are tapping into the supercomputer, you're activating it, and you're bringing that reality into your reality. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Grab the heart knees. Let me know how you're doing. So once you do that, all right, you're going to start to see ideas or opportunities come into your world that you never knew were going to come. Those opportunities are going to come, and they're like, hey, Shanika, we'd love for you to, let's say, test for this position. And you're like, oh, okay. Hey, we'd love for you to come to Miami to do this. Those are the bridge of incidents. Those are the things that can pop into your world that you would have never thought would have happened. So I'm going to give you an example. When I was manifesting, or I'm in the process, right, of creating and manifesting, like I want 100,000 followers in 100 days. That's the thing. And so I was playing with this and feeling this energy and all of the things. And then I went into my wallet and I found a headset. Like it was these Beats headphones. Yes, here they are. These Beats headphones. These were missing 4 months. They were not in that bag because I had changed my purse. So all of a sudden I grab and I pull out these headphones and I was like, what? My sister was like, this has been missing for months. This is just one of the examples that I have shifted timelines, because now these were already always in my bag, a new bag that I had just got where after these were missing. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So you may have some bridge of incidents, something that happens that's out of the blue that seems weird. It's starting to show you evidence that you have shifted timelines. You may get a call from someone that you're like, I don't even know how they got my number, but they're like, hey, we heard your name and we want to put you up for this position. Or maybe like Josito, okay, you find some kind of scarf or some kind of element that was for the old SP, and you're like, I gave this back. Why is this in my house? You see, there's just these small things that show you that you have shifted timelines. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Yeah. And so I want you to be aware of that, because the more you really tap into that imagining, the more you start to bring that into your body, you're going to start to see where a bridge of incidents is happening, so you can walk across that bridge and end up in that other timeline where the person, the partner comes, the SP is like, oh my goodness, I want you back, or all of those things, like the business opportunities, clients coming out the wazoo, and all the things. Picking up what I'm putting down, put yes, 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 yes. I want you to think of what has happened that felt really weird. Like you're like, when did that happen? Or how did that happen? If you find yourself seeing that happening, I want you to get excited, rejoice, remind yourself it's already done, and take the step. If something weird happens, go across the bridge. Don't not go across the bridge. When things feel like they're falling apart, that's also evidence that you have quantum shifted, or you are in the process of quantum shifting, because all of the old gets wiped out and all of the new starts to unfold. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay. And so we said you decided, you write it down. I am so happy and grateful that I already have, or that I am living this blah, 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 right? It's all like, I'm already happy and grateful because it's already done. Number 3, you are going to have a funeral for that old version of you, the old thoughts, the old beliefs, the old actions, the old things that you used to do, you no longer do. You're going to rest in peace. And any grief that comes up, you're going to let yourself feel that grief. Any sadness that comes up because you're no longer doing things that way, you're going to let yourself feel it. Any sadness about leaving the job that you have now, or leaving the SP in the way that they are now, let yourself feel that grief, but also let it go. Okay, so you're going to let it go. Number 4, you're going to use your supercomputer, and you are going to sit and imagine 4 times a day for, what did I say, 3 minutes. So you're going to do it 3 minutes, 1 minute visualization. You're going to do it 4 times a day. So that's 16. Sorry. 3-minute, 1-minute visualization over and over again, at least 4 times. Set a timer so you make sure it's at least beyond like 3 minutes minimum. And if you do 4 minutes, bonus. And you're going to do that 4 times a day to really anchor in and solidify that identity. The more you do that, the more you're going to see new things unfold. The more you're going to see things come into your life that feel like, what? Because you're shifting timelines. And then number 5, this is the important piece, and this is the piece that everybody does not do. You are going to match the moves of the version of you that is already has it. Okay. So this can be hard when you're thinking about, well, if I already was with my SP, then I wouldn't be on dates. Just go on dates. Okay. Don't go that deep. Or you're like, if I already was in the other news desk, then I would be doing something different. Don't go to those feats. I mean, what actions is your future version of you calling for you to make? In the last live, I talked about how the past, the present, and the future are all happening at the same time. And when you get a desire for something, that's the future version of you that's manifesting you taking the action that you need to take. The actions that you need to take will come in the form of inspiration, your inner God voice, your intuition. That first mind is going to tell you to do something. It's going to tell you to go somewhere. It's going to tell you to pick up the phone and call someone. It's going to tell you to sign up for this app. It's going to tell you to do these things. That future version of you is manifesting you actually doing that so that you can end up doing what you like, having the thing that you desire. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? And so every time you don't take the action, every time you don't listen to your inner God voice, every time you don't move immediately with your intuition, you are turning down and not listening to the version of you that already has it. Let me know if you got that. So if you know that the future version of you is manifesting you, then the inspirations, the inspired actions, the things that you want, the uploads, the downloads, whatever you want to call them, all those things that you are inspired to do, you are being called to do those things. Okay. So like if the future version of you is calling for you to sign up for some dating app and you're like, I don't do dating apps. Why would I even have this idea? It's because the future version of you is maybe that's where you met the person. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? If the future version of you is telling you to, like for example, Shanika goes live. You guys have to follow Shanika. She goes live every morning and she's talking about, well, what if the future version of you told her to do that a while ago? Because that was how the news people were going to find her. That's how the Miami desk of this amazing station is like, I want this woman, this is who I want. You never know. So I'm going to give you an example. My client who now has a $4 million business, she was at 0 and now she has a $4 million business and it's about 2.5 years. Okay. She wanted to create this business, but she was a teacher. She was making about $30,000 or $40,000 a year. And so she said, well, what would that version of me, like, what would I be doing? She's like, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. So she starts her YouTube channel teaching people how to pass the entrance exam. She does it every single, like she made video after video after video and people were loving it. Her channel started to grow. She's created a Facebook group for those people to go into. They started to go into that group and it just started to go like wildfire. If she would not have started that channel, guess what? She also wouldn't have manifested. She ended up leaving a toxic marriage that she was in, and her partner, her love of her life, found her for one of the videos. He messaged her and said, hey, I watched your video and I was, thinking that I might need some one-to-one. And she was like, okay. And so she starts, she's thinking about teaching him one-to-one. But after they talked, she just felt like, oh, you don't need to be my client. I feel like we need to go on a date. They go on a date and now they're married. And she has a miracle baby because she had a cancer and they told her she wasn't going to be able to have a baby. But guess what? She's got a baby now. And so it all came from what? She followed her instinct. She made the move and she went and listened to that and started that YouTube channel. All of it came out of that. So what are you being inspired to do that you aren't doing, that you aren't taking action on? Oftentimes we think too much. How many of you, like, I think too much? Like, I have an inspiration, and then you're like, oh, maybe I should do this, or maybe it should go this way, or maybe it's going to be too hard. No, no. Go do it. Go into your divine diva mode, your divine devo mode. You go into your divinity mode and go and take the immediate action. Take that thought and bring it into reality. Take what that you're inspired to do and move with it. Because the more you do that, the more you are listening to that future version of you that's giving you all the cheat codes on how to get to where they are. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Everyone that's listening, hello, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. So we're going to recap, decide, write it down. I'm so happy and grateful that I already have. Number 3, you're going to have a funeral for the old version of you. You're going to let go of the old thoughts, the old beliefs, the old ways of moving, the old ways of thinking. You're going to let that go and you're going to rest in peace. You're going to be like, RIP, old me. Okay. After you do that, you're going to start doing what? You're going to start imagining, right? For 1 minute, you're going to imagine the same thing over and over and over again for at least 3 to 4 minutes. And you're going to do that 4 times a day. You're going to do that so that you can use the supercomputer that is you and bring that into reality. When you are in that imagining, your brain doesn't know the difference of that happening right now, or if it was something you thought of. It doesn't matter. Your brain thinks that it was real. Keep doing that. Okay. All right. So you're going to imagine that, imagine it, right? And you're going to do that 4 times throughout your day. And then number 5, you are going to match the moves because you are going to get inspiration. That's going to be a part of the bridge of incidents. You are going to get inspired to take an action going forward. You are going to feel like, oh my God, I need to take this step and this step and this step and this step and this step. You go do it. Go do it. You won't know why. Sometimes it won't make any sense. If I get inspired to go to Starbucks, I'm going to go. I'm going to listen to myself. I'm going to say, okay, let's just go. And who knows who I'm going to meet there? Who knows who's going to come up and be like, hey, how are you? What do you do? And then I start talking, and then that's a new person that's joining the alignment lab. Like, who knows? Who knows? And so I want you to think about that. So do you guys have any questions about what I brought up? Because I want to answer all of your questions before we go. And while I'm waiting for your questions, we've got all of the people that are in all of the locations. Just drop your questions and I should be able to see them in every single space. While I'm waiting for your questions, if you are feeling like, yes, this is what I need. I need to be surrounded in a community of people who are going to help me, hold me accountable. Like Shanika said, she's like, yeah, life happened. You know, I haven't been going all in, but I feel good. If you know you need to be surrounded by people that are going to hold you accountable for taking these actions, it's going to hold you accountable for taking these steps. If you know that you really are ready to be that version of you, but you're ready to be that version of you every single day, then you need to be a part of the Alignment Lab. And I have a special code that is up here that gives you $2,000 off the Alignment Lab. It's called the 90-Day Quantum Leap. You join, and 90 days later, you see your life completely changed, completely different. Okay, Josito started watching my free videos, and 2 weeks later feels completely different than he did when he first started watching my videos. So imagine what happens in 90 days, right? 90 freaking days. So I want you to know that like I said, you get $2,000 off. It's only for everyone that's watching this live. There's a specific link. I think if you are watching on Instagram or Facebook, you actually have it in the comments, and I'll also put it underneath the video so that you can know what the code is. But if you have questions, drop those questions in the live while I am writing these codes down so that people will know. It's the link in the bio. I don't think I can say that, but it's the thing where you click the picture and then you see the thing and then you see a thing and you click on, you do the thing and then you put the link in there. Y'all, why do they make it so difficult? Anyway, what questions do you have because you have me for the next few minutes so that I can help you manifest the things that you desire. And you get, like I said, you get $2,000 off if you use that code. There we go. And if you have any questions, let's see. I'm waiting for the questions. I see Stephanie just joined. Stephanie, we just talked about the 5 steps for how to quantum shift your reality. This is also going to be saved in the YT app. So you'll also be able to go to the live so you can see all the details. Any questions? Let's see. Any questions? I know there was one thing that I did not address. Hold on. It was about signs and synchronicities. Wait, let me see. We're looking at, here you go. Is that it? No. Oh, 1111 is a sign that I assign to my SP is heavily thinking about me. I love that. So Josita, for example, has assigned signs. What I want you all to do, and this, you can mark this as number 6. I want you to be looking at everything that's happening as it's happening for you. What that looks like is I want you to show anything that happens, even if it doesn't feel positive, that it is an example that what you desire is already done. So for example, let's say that I, right now it's tapping into $100,000 followers, right? I'm like, okay, we're manifesting 100,000 followers in 100 days. And so let's say I do a video and then that video gets like 7 likes. I am going to say, wow, those are 7 people. It's evidence that I have 100,000 followers. Every time I get a new follower, that's evidence that 100,000 is already done in 100 days. I just want everything that you do to be something that you're acknowledging as it being positive for you and being evidence that you are already that version of you. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? It's so easy, and it's something that we forget, that we can use everything in our life as a positive indication that we are moving in the right direction, that it's already done, and that it's working for you. And so the more you do that, the more you say it's already done, it's already unfolding, it's already working for me. See, that's evidence, that's evidence, that's evidence. The more you will be anchoring in the identity of this is me now. Okay. And then we already talked about you deciding that instead of focusing on the manifestation that you have at hand, you are going to be playing with the one that the version of you that already has it is manifesting. So whether it's the marriage, the kids, like whatever, you already got the guy's already here. You've already got the desk is already here. Maybe you're manifesting a new assignment. Maybe you're manifesting a vacation that's going to be so amazing, right? Whatever, I'm manifesting the move to Miami, whatever. You're going to be doing the thing that's beyond the thing, because the more you do that, then that puts you in the position of, I already have that. What's next? I already have this thing. What's next? Okay. So that is it for today. No, I don't see any questions. I see people are like joining, they're saying hello and all the things, but no questions. So I'll be back. I might come back tomorrow, or I might take tomorrow off. But if you have anything that you're like, oh my goodness, tell me more about the Alignment Lab, DM me. If you have any questions about the Alignment Assessment, DM me. And hold on. If you have any questions about the alignment assessment, DM me, and then we get to chit chat. My DMs are not like a private place where I don't allow people to come DM me. So anyway, I am sending you all so much love, and have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Bye.